Welcome back, everyone, to iCup StarCraft TV. It'll be your host and caster, iCCup.Face here. This replay is brought to you by iCCup.com. Of course, this is where all of our ladder tournaments end up going. I cast the finals of every iCup tournament that is run, because that's how much I love iCup. That's how much we love our Brood War. Anyway, this tournament is actually the DC tour of the new map that was released in the 2.5 revision of the map pack. So that's going to be pretty awesome. This map will be revision a 2-player map where players can spawn at the 4 or the 11 o'clock position here. Spawning at the 4 o'clock as the red Protoss. It will be Bulgarian Wallace, I believe. I don't think it's what BG stands for, if I'm not mistaken. If it is, I apologize. And in the top left-hand corner, as our teal Terran, it will be Flisk right here. Now, this map doesn't really necessarily have so much of a... I personally have not played on this map, so I really have no... I played like 10 games of Winning Cloud now, so I kind of know that map. I don't know Renaissance, and I'm very sorry. I did read up on the what this map has. In the center there is a neutral command center, but really is there a Zerg in this matchup? No, there's not. So we're not going to be seeing any kind of infestation of the center map. Unfortunately, that would be very entertaining, but so I believe we're going to be just seeing a standard game right here. Now, Terran gonna be opting to go for again, just the mech style right here. If you're watching this and you're coming from StarCraft 2 and you're wondering, is there ever bio builds? Yeah, there is. There's a build called the Deep 6 where Terran, just like StarCraft 2. In the early days of StarCraft 2, in the early days of Brood War, there was a lot of one basing, from the map pool and stuff like that. StarCraft 2, standard macro play is pretty much defined by, a 2-base, a fast expand-esque kind of build. What Terran sometimes can do to go for, a bio route other than mech is that they can kind of do, a 2-base all-in where they'll fake going mech. They'll make tanks to make it look like they're going mech, but they'll actually throw down 6 barracks in their main base and then push soon afterwards and try to surprise the Protoss. Generally, any kind of I've experimented with it. Early game bio just doesn't really work against Protoss unless you're BBSing, and also that's also risky by itself. No matter the BBS just is a risky build. But anyway, from my digression, we'll get back into our game right here. Gonna be going for the 2-gate goon right here. Gonna be opting to go for the singularity charge first, so I must assume that is the standard build. I'm sure I can tell right now. Yeah, singularity charge is before the goon. 15 pylon, 15 gateway, 15 singularity charge, 15 goon, 17 goon. So apparently he stopped making probes, if that's possible. No, maybe it's just all during 15. I don't know. I'm reading too much in this game, I believe. But anyway, Terran, and also this map also has high proxy potential as well, because there's a lot of buildable terrain. A lot of maps do not have that. But buildable terrain can also lead to Terran having a really strong hold on the center of the map, because that means they can put up turrets anywhere they'd like. It means that they can put any kind of buildings, any kind of depots, in anywhere they really want to. I remember a Boxer game. I forget. I want to say this is back 2001. Keep in mind, during the Coca-Cola OSL, I was casting that for a while. I want to say it was Jinnam, Boxer versus Jinnam. I could be wrong about this, but pretty much what Boxer did is he just made so many depots and turrets and stuff for his siege tanks and bio to hide behind. Wallace couldn't do anything, and then nothing could really come in range of that. But look at this. Actually, this is actually a complete flat map, so this can actually make it very difficult for Terran. So you can block this off with a single barracks, but this is actually going to be slightly annoying. He might be able to get, if he target fires, he could get a couple of SCVs, maybe 2. But nice pullback immediately at the last second possible too right now. Continuing just to kill off the Marines though. Now the siege tank is done, and siege mode is done, so he will be able to deflect these goons off now, which is fine as well. Getting at the command center. So this is a flat map. So that does change this up. There was during TSL 3 there was a map very similar to this actually, except they were in except it was at the 1 o'clock and the 7. Those two spawns. But this flat will definitely give some early game advantage to Protoss if they were to break down, giving some viability for a 3-gate Goon attack probably, if you were to go for an all-in push. But Terran gonna be throwing down the eBay now, following up with that constant tank production right now. Makes sense. Just in case of that, actually, I mean, how do you defend that? Is getting a massive amount of tanks really to stop a 3-gate Goon push. Otherwise, you could be in a lot of trouble. Gonna be going up for the Robo. So really, I mean, pretty much identical stuff coming out of Wallace right now. Flusk playing this, you know, I feel correctly right now. You know, just answering to what his opponent's doing. But with the higher tank counts, that does mean that the Vultures will be a little bit more delayed, which means the potential for a run by in the super early game is not going to be very possible at this time. I don't really know what would be a perfect marker for the end of the early game, but maybe 8 minutes, maybe, I would say, and then you're going to get the mid game between like 8:30 to like maybe 13 to 16 minutes. I mean, it's all relative, of course, what players decide to do. If you see, you know, all out rushing from the beginning of the game and neither player really did any kind of sufficient damage, 10 minutes may still be the early game because of how delayed the tech can be. But getting up the factory counts now, getting up the turrets. I mean, not doing anything super special right now other than macroing out. Which is what these players are doing best right now, of course. Now, the interesting thing is, where does Terra take their third? Now, that is something that I'm very interested in. Excuse me for revealing a whole map for a second. They have a gasless third. So it looks like this is the only option for a third. Actually, well, now that's sneaky. I don't actually know where you would take your third for TVP on this map. I actually really like this map because it changes stuff ever so slightly to make for a more different TVP than Fighting Spirit, and the reason for that is, you know, Fighting Spirit, you know, doesn't have as open buildable ground right now. Ooh, wait, hold on, I'll hold that thought for a second. And these Vultures will get through and be able to do their thing right now, but it changes it up just enough where the third can be tangible, but you have a higher ramp, so, you know, increased possibility for Protoss to break that third, really where there's no possible chance on Fighting Spirit to do so once Terran really has secured that down. I like this map. Just from looking at it, like the preliminary stages of this map, I like it. I think if this becomes a more popular map, I think there's very high potential for some very entertaining games on it. But Protoss still off of 2 base. I'm going to assume 2 base arbs at this point. Gonna be getting up the Citadel, so this is probably going to be a 2 base arbs build. Still no second gas yet, though. And he throws down the Templar Archives that will verify that. Still no Templar Archives, so I don't exactly know what Protoss is doing. I mean, the 2 base push would be a 2 base Arbiter build. Like, that would be the way to do it. Actually, you know what he might be doing? Is he getting a shuttle, perchance? No. That push would have come. Protosses sometimes can go for a... and there's a neutral command center. Sometimes Protosses will decide to go for a... I need to look up the build order, what the build is called, but sometimes they'll go primarily off of just like 5-6 gates, and then the purpose of a push is just to break down the Terra Natural. Quite effective on destination, where you pretty much do zealot bombing if that's possible on Terra. But yeah, not too much going on, guys. Not too much. but getting up leg enhancements now as well. He's going off of 6 gates, pretty strong. This is a very symmetrical base right here, right up to that point right now. If I could box that area, unfortunately I can't. Okay, Terran, is he gonna push out here soon? And look at this, I love this right now. You know, completely splitting up his army. Really gonna be interesting in how he's gonna engage here. And that's another thing I like about this map too. I mean, there's not just one area of entryway to this point. I mean, really in Fighting Spirit, you only have one ramp. It's probably bigger than these 2 areas, but we'll see if he can actually do the joint push right here. Will he be able to push in here, or is he going to step back right here? No, he's going to go for it right here. Goon's going to be coming in here. No, he's going to immediately push back. Okay, never mind. That's a lot of tanks right now. Now, Terran has a bit of, you know, has a choice to make right here. Will he continue to push here, or will he just try to set up for his third right here? The Goons have a very nice arc from this push right here. Tanks are in a super long line right here. These Goons are spreading themselves out thin right here. Looking at the left side, the Goons are trying to thunderstep up, but unfortunately, actually, there might be enough just to do the damage that he needs to do right now. But, I mean, really doing a good number on that tank line right here. That's what Protoss especially is going to want to do, especially considering that they're off the 2 base right here. There's the Templar Archives. Where is the Stargate? Where is the Stargate? Where are you, Stargate? Wallace, you have me confused. What are you doing? Potentially not saying not throwing down the Stargate quite yet. And Terran might have been a little scared if been more scared because he just did scan this location for a third and didn't see it. No, there goes down the Stargate. Now this is actually a 2 base ARBs push, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. It's like 12:30 is when they push. When the Arbiter's out and ready to do their stuff right here. But these Goons are not going to be able to do anything. But hold on, I didn't see the Zealots right now. So they're going to try to come in here, but the Mines are doing massive damage. Vultures are being able to buffer a couple hits right now. The Zealots, a couple Zealots will cling onto the tanks, getting 2 tank kills, but ultimately will be deflected away. So overall, this push is actually really delayed because the Stargate's just being thrown down. He doesn't have his Arbiter Tribunal down, nor does he have his he doesn't have his Arbiter Tribunal down, which takes a while, and then you have to get the upgrades for it, and then the Arbiter itself takes like 2 minutes, I believe, in-game time to actually spawn. Terran gonna be taking this mineral only though, which means probably gonna be a higher concentration of either Vulture and Goliath versus tank numbers. As Vultures don't take gas and Goliath are really dirt cheap. Now Protoss is gonna be taking a third as well. But if you're going to go off the basis of, you know, if you just take away and you just look at the numbers, really, I mean, Flitz is high in, you know, ahead in supply right now as well. I mean, that definitely helps them. But I think the other important aspect to remember is, I mean, Protoss hasn't really, I mean, his tech is so far delayed. Not even that his base count is equal to Terran. Like, I mean, that's obviously a big indicator, but the fact that he just got his Tribunal down and is not even starting his Arbiter worries me. But, ooh, there's a lot of Vultures here that can be killed up, but spreading the Mines right now. Can we have the damage necessary to kill off this Protoss army? These tanks are spread, but this isn't a whole lot of tanks, to be honest, at this stage in the game. But then again, he did lose quite a few in the earlier engagements right now. He did kill off the base. Unfortunately, the Nexus will go down, and that's really going to hurt Protoss. This Arbiter needs to do something to make this game re-jump back into Protoss's potential favor. He needs a spot-on engagement to even come back in this game right now, because Terran is getting a lot of traction right now. Will these Zealots be able to do the damage that they need to do? Unfortunately, they're going against the Vultures, not the tanks, which is what they need to be attacking. And that was, again, another poor engagement for Wallace, unfortunately. Now Terran's going to be advancing here, and he's just going to continue to make more units right here, and he's going to have his third up. This is really good saturation for Terran at this time, and Terran's looking very scary. We have +1 attack. We also have 1/1. Terran has an upgrade advantage in terms of armor right now. And you're actually just seeing right there, I mean, we have about 500 more minerals going into for Terran than we do have for Protoss, and that's, again, that's really not where you want to be as a Protoss buddy, right? Protoss player right here. Zealot's gonna try to come back in here, but there's so much DPS on the Terran army. It's ridiculous with the mines, with the tanks, with the vultures. They just instantly melt. And these goons are gonna try to come here and kill off a couple of the tank numbers right here. That's what he's gonna need to do. But again, he needs that stasis. He needs a good stasis to try to come back right here. But unfortunately, he's just losing. He's just rallying units right out of his gateways, and that's not going to be a way to deal with this army, I don't think. He'll ever slowly push back this army. He's getting even up the Goliath right now, just as the Arbiter will be finishing. I mean, he's already starting to hard counter stuff already. And Goliath, I've never really understood its whole purpose on the ground, because it seems to be really, really good against Lings, but then it's also really bad against certain units as well. But anyway, oh no, that Arbiter is gonna die. Those Goliaths are really trying to get in there. I mean, two more Goliath shots and that thing is done, unfortunately. Yes. And now getting in the mineral line right here, that should be all she wrote right now. Really, Terran really kind of outdone Wallace at this point. Wow. Natural Nexus will fall right here, still making a lot of units. But even if you look at the bank of taking a fourth base behind all this as well, I'll have you know. Terran really showing his dominance right now against Wallace. But we also have to keep in mind, I mean, Wallace got to these finals. I mean, that is worth something, trust me. I will lose. I mean, I'm 8-45 right now. Oh, will I get the stasis? That was a pretty good stasis right now, getting the 3 tanks right here. But will it be enough? We'll be scanning right here to get vision of this area right now with the goons, but so much DPS with the +1 attack. With these tanks, they're just going to be doing so much blue goo all over the floor right here. And GG by Wallace, giving the 2-0 victory to Flisk right now. Congratulations to Flisk. And thank you again to both players, Flisk for showing some really entertaining Terran mech play. You know, I hope you strive to improve your ability. Wallace, great games as well. Entertaining, and I really like your early game. And again, iCCup.Face, you know, dude, thanks for running this tournament. Really getting out that exposure of these maps. I mean, I've been trying to host these new maps as best as possible. I mean, again, I'm random, so I need to play, you know, on the map a bajillion times to learn all 10 matchups. It's ridiculously difficult. But you know, with that, guys, that will be all she wrote for today. I believe I might actually, but after this cast, I will be starting to do the moddies again, which is the MOTWs. No, Roddy. I always call them Roddies, but replay of the week, ROTW. I'm gonna try to do this, but I'm gonna get a recommended replay from the replay community, so I will go cast that now. So we should have a very entertaining game to follow that up after this game. But I'll talk about this more, you know, in the next video. All right, guys, thanks for watching iCup StarCraft TV. It has been your host and caster, iCCup.Face. Guys, thanks for watching again, and peace.